A little after.
Okay, it says this meeting is now being live streamed.
All right, we're live, William.
Great. Hello, hello, hello. Happy YouTubers and everyone else.
Welcome. Welcome, everyone. William, I thought it might be nice to start out assisting everyone to tune into their higher levels and kind of marry their higher and lower levels to start us off.
Oh, absolutely. So right now, let's all just break energy with the world. Left palm facing down in front of the heart, right palm facing up underneath the left palm. Slide your palms across each other, bringing your left palm into your heart, pushing your right palm out, pushing away the whole world, all your to-dos, everyone you've been involved with, everything you've been involved with from today and before. Dropping your hands just by your side,
your left
just
palm
into
your heart,
bringing your
pushing your right palm out
into your heart, just tuning into your heart. If you want, put your hand on your heart, whatever makes it easier to help you feel into your heart right now. Whether you feel the warmth, whether you feel the energy, or whether you just feel the touch of the hand on your chest, it really matters not. It's just, it's just where you're at on your own journey. What's important is that you're connecting right there. And it's the intention behind it to connect with yourself beyond all the mind, beyond the intellect, beyond the emotions, and beyond the thought forms. And now you're well on your way to connecting with all of yourself. And now let's connect from the heart. Take another deep breath, just in through your nose, hold down through your diaphragm. And now exhale as slow as you can, just through your mouth. Rising your consciousness from the heart all the way up through your upper back, your sternum, all the way through your throat, front, middle, and back. Just take another breath. If you want, move your hand up by your throat, just to feel the connection within your throat. Front, middle, and back through your throat chakra vortex, all the way up through your third eye. And once again, if it helps you connect more, just take your hand up through the pineal pituitary gland area. Inhale all the way down below the diaphragm, hold, and exhaling. Just connecting with the frontal lobe, the pineal pituitary gland, the third eye, the frontal lobe of the brain, the midbrain, going all the way through the back of the brain, through the back of the third eye, all the way up through your crown chakra level vortex, all the way through the astral planes of consciousness, in the crown chakra level vortex, through the astral planes, letting your consciousness just rise, rise, rise. You might feel a little bit of pulling at the top of your head. That's your crown chakra level vortex opening up more and more, going through the astral planes, the mass collective thought forms, through the astral planes, all the way to the sun. So let's just let our consciousness just direct it to the sun, to connect just right there to the sun. Just take another breath. Hold and a nice deep sigh, letting go of all that buildup, all that pressure, all that tension, all that weight. all the seriousness, all the buildup. And right now, just take another inhale, hold, exhale like a deep sigh, just letting the eyes, they'll start to want to flicker as we're letting the brain chemistry go from alpha, beta, theta, and just letting the body totally, completely open up, but also now it's starting to do what it's made to do, which is rebuild, regenerate, restore itself. And now let's go beyond the physical sun into within and through your central sun intelligence, your creator source consciousness, your light realms, beyond the sun into all that is, your central sun intelligence, or whatever calls to you, whatever fits you personally into your source consciousness. Just being right there, allowing yourself to be held, to be embraced, to be caressed, to be amplified more and more, to be lifted up and to be suspended. It feels a lot like laying on the water on your back in a swimming pool at nighttime, just looking up at the stars, or in a jacuzzi or on the oceanic ground, just letting your source consciousness, the whole universe, be the water, just holding you, suspending you as you're just admiring, observing all the beautiful star systems, all that is around. Nothing solid, nothing fixated to preoccupy you. And now let's welcome forth and welcome in a beautiful ribbon, a beautiful stream of that beautiful consciousness, of a beautiful ribbon of your light stream of creator source intelligence and creator source consciousness, life force as well. From your creator source intelligence, the whole universe, down through the physical sun, down just being vibratorily, not linear, down through the sun, all the way through the astral planes of consciousness, through the mass collective thought forms, all the way down through and all around, about 78 feet in diameter, through your crown chakra level vortex, through the top of your head, through the frontal lobe of the brain, the midbrain, the back of the brain, the right and left sides of the brain, through your third eye, front, middle, and back, through your central column, through the pineal pituitary gland, through the master cell, the DNA and youth vitality chromosomes, and through the telomere, through the molecules and all the systems that have been programmed in all these different ways to start to regenerate, unprogramming themselves to work now for you in your image as they were originally created to do. And now down through the face, the head, the hairs, all the way through the throat, front, middle, and back. Through the atlas vertebrae, cervical vertebrae, thoracic vertebrae, your shoulders, your upper arms, your lower arms, into the chakra level vortexes in the palms of the hands. In the palms and in the top of your hands, so through each and every finger, all the way through the sternum, the upper back, the thoracic vertebrae, all the way through the heart chakra vortex, front, middle, and back, just letting it build up and build up, fill up and fill up, front, middle, and back, with your creator source intelligence and your wholeness. of yourself and as yourself as that facet of creator expressing through carnate. Take another breath, moving all the way down through the lungs, the kidneys, the intestines, the diaphragm, the spleen, the liver, the gallbladder area, all the way through the diaphragm, the gastric juices, and your solar plexus, front, middle, and back. Letting it fill up, open up, relax, expand, regenerate. Lighter, brighter, faster, and clearer within and for yourself. With more and more ebb and flow, more and more ease and grace. And now letting it overflow, going downwardly through the navel, the lower thoracic vertebrae, the lumbar vertebrae, all the way into, within, and through your creator's chakra level vortex, front, middle, and back, through the sacrum, the coccyx bone, through your whole pelvic girdle, through your upper legs, lower legs, into the feet, and through the root chakra level vortex, your creator's chakra level vortex, letting it fill up, open up, release, and relax. And now bring your consciousness right back to your heart. The main source of, and your main chakra level vortex, and your crown chakra level vortex being your second main chakra level vortex of connection, regeneration, openness, and expansion and expression. And now looking all around you to see what is, but now how it doesn't reflect you, how it's not even about you, but how blessed we are to have all of this stuff going on around us for us, but now no longer defining us. Now taking a breath, and on the exhale, pushing the palms together in front of your sternum, like in a praying position, the feet into the ground. On the exhale, just allowing all of this to integrate for the long term. And so it is spoken, so it is done, and so it is.
Fabulous, William. I'm sure that process for all of us has dissolved some of the energy around the questions that are being presented by people. And there's a few questions.
And it's also broken up the patterns of repetition.
There's a few questions regarding the body.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy has a question. I'm sorry?
Who has a question?
Diddy?
Okay.
Can you see change happening in my health and housing situation for the better in the near future?
Yes, I can.
Wonderful. How can you assist us with pains in the body? This is from the Dragon Hearted. How can you assist us with pains in the body, like the hips and the left feeling side of the body?
It's really pretty simple. So let's take the perception of pain, the sensation. Let's go ahead and just step back, take a breath. Let's relax for a moment into that specific sensation. Let's take another breath, becoming more heightenedly aware of where it is as it is. Now, let's break energy with it. Let's step back. Let's become separate from that sensation. We're in the body. We're wide awake, fully alert. Let's close our eyes, focus our eyes towards your third eye. And now putting that sensation just separate from you, out in front of you right now. And now let's walk through that sensation and let's ask it, okay, I see you. I'm aware of you. I'm aware of the siren that you're lighting up within my physical structure. Now let's ask it. Number one, what are you? Even at times, who are you? And why are you here? What is your beneficial purpose for me? What are you attempting to show me? And now, let's take a breath. Let's even touch that area, if you will, with your hand. And as you touch that area for a moment, what's the first thought, the first glimpse, the first memory, the first idea that arises for you? Now, when I look at it, I'm looking at a beautiful divine feminine with, look like about 4 offspring, 1 male, 3 little females on a wagon train. And it looks like the kids were somewhat running rampant, jumping on and off the wagon, just being kids, going out, playing, exploring, and where it looked like you were super stressed, you were trying to protect them, you were trying to figure out where the next meal was going to come from, trying to keep everyone safe, everyone protected, trying to keep everything going, trying not to get left behind from the rest of the other dear ones in the wagon train that was heading. It looked like it was heading south from the north due to weather patterns and also due to being able to create a homestead where you could actually land, plant, grow, live, and have access to water, as well as raising livestock, as well as the hopes and dreams of creating for your family. And it looked like you traveled from Ireland and you were carrying all this frustration. You're also carrying all this despair within yourself, leaving the rest of your family monad taking a leap that was not turning out as beautiful as you were told. You're taking this leap into the unknown, based in the words of humanity, not the words of yourself. And you were putting your life force and the life force of your children. And your husband that was pretty sick and worn out and not very capable on that wagon train. You putting a lot of faith in your partner that was also letting you down and becoming very desperate and a lot of despair and heartbroken. And going through all these battles within yourself of why and how you perceived that your creator was betraying, abandoning, and turning against you. That's all the stuff that's going on with the pain and sensations in your body right now. Now, the idea would be to sit with it, resolve it within yourself, which is also to sit with it, find the benefit, come to peace with it, look at the evolvement of yourself, all the souls all around. Then forgive yourself, set yourself free after, because part of finding the benefit of that journey and that live stream is to set yourself free. So now your body can start healing, regenerating, and you can welcome back your energy and your power back to yourself, cleared and purified, where you could start to feel healthy, whole, and complete within your and through yourself again. And then asking yourself, even this live stream, you know, where am I? Because this is coming up not just for something to come up, it's coming up because it's being triggered by things in this live stream of where and how you're giving your power away, letting others tell you who you are rather than you emanating as you are and taking your power back, embodying it, emanating it, and walking your walk, my good friend.
Thank you. Thank you, William. This question's from Alexander.
Okay.
Hi, Will. My question is, how can I deal with overcoming jealousy in relationships?
Well, great question, Alexander. Now, let's go ahead and take a breath. Let's sit back for a moment. Just take a deep breath in through your nose for about the count of 12. Inhaling all the way down to through your diaphragm, through your navel, all the way down through your crater-chakral vortex, which is located between the navel and the gender principle. Let's hold for the count of 12. And then the deepest sigh that you can release with. Then let's do it again. Inhale for 12, hold for 12, and then exhaling as slow as you can through the mouth for the count of 12, like you're trying to whistle. And as you do right now, I want you to welcome back all of your energy, all of your power, all of your soul fragmentations back to yourself. I want you to welcome them back, cleared and purified within yourself and through yourself and to yourself. All of your energy, all your power, all of your soul fragmentations. And now, I also, on the next deep breath, I want you to welcome in all of your wholeness. I want you to reclaim within yourself. I'm not asking you believe it. I'm not asking you not believe it. I really want you to start resolving within yourself that you are healthy, whole, and complete within and through yourself. Stepping back, inhaling, take another deep breath. Another deep sigh now. I am healthy, whole, and complete within myself. On the next part, I want you to do the same. And now I want you to say to yourself, and it's not just saying, because this isn't just about words, it's about realization. It's about realizing, embodying, resolving that now I am healthy, whole, and complete within myself. And now I need of no one, I need of nothing. Now I am healthy, whole, and complete within myself. And then I want you to do a self-internalized examination. What do you, because this is where the ego tries to get you to grab on, well, I need a job. I need all this money to pay for blah, blah, blah. Well, I argue with that. I'd say, no, you don't. You don't need to live indoors. You don't need to have computers, cell phones. You don't need to have cable. You don't need to have satellite. You don't need to have credit cards. You don't need to blah, blah, blah. In all factual, black and white reality, every one of us right this moment could pick up a backpack, a store bag, or whatever. We could fill it up with some waters, or some snacks, if you will, maybe a tent if you're wanting to live it up. We can all walk out the front door of our homes right here, right now. I don't care how deep the snow is. I don't care how hot it is. The body was created, has been created, and still is created to maintain the elements. You know, so, you know, obviously jackets, furs, or whatever, you know, just using common sense, but let's just walk away out the front door, not looking back, or walking away from credit cards, identification, social security numbers, blah, 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 where I want you to feel that freedom within yourself. I want you to walk away, you know, hypothetically, from everything and everyone, relationship included, where you're perceiving that someone else has something more than you have to offer. Because that's where this jealousy stuff comes from. That you are replaceable. And that someone else can replace you, and they're gonna catch you when you're not looking. They're gonna undermine you. Your partner wants them more than they want you, or someone else has something you don't have and you cannot have, blah, blah, blah. Well, why? So if we walked away from everything right now, including that relationship, because if you're calling that a relationship, we have a whole nother 1,000 sessions to have to resolve your perception that you would even address that as a relationship, because that would be more identified as a relationship, because that's not two-sided. That's not heart to heart. That's more like claiming, grabbing on, and trying to control and dominate and try to keep the affections of another. That's not love. Where love is present, everything works. Where love is present, you're not ever feeling insecure or experiencing ego insecurities from the emotional levels. When love is present, you know you are healthy, whole, and complete. And there's a lot of dear ones walking around. They have the toys, they have the boats, they have the looks, they have the whatever, whatever. But they also have a long, long checklist of how many divorces they're going through, because the love's the main thing that's missing, which is your natural birthright, which is you want to know the definition of waking up, the definition of enlightenment. Look around you, go within you, and how much love is present. That is the definition of enlightenment. Spirituality is not another religion. It's not another belief system. It's you waking up to you, which is waking up to the heart, which is you waking up to realizing you are love. You are that love, and you starting to magnetically welcome more love into your life stream. It's not just attracting a yo-yo or a weenie whistle for Christmas. It's you welcoming in love that comes in all ways, shapes, and forms, including material objects. But it doesn't represent you. It's the love that you are that allows you to enjoy all the beauty around you. So if you have to work for the affections of another, that's borderline. You could feel it right now in your solar plexus. That's like nothing more and nothing less than adrenaline. And identification with adrenaline, like living on the edge, being ran by testosterone and adrenaline fluid from fight and flight, not being ran by love in the heart. The heart, when you're old and hypothetically old, shut down, looking like a California raisin or a prune or whatever, isn't that where love really matters? Because you're not going to be out jet setting in your Ferrari. Chances are you'll have bifocals this thick just to go to the bathroom. So, I mean, and I'm teasing, of course, not that you'll ever get to that point, but at least I hope not, due to everything we've already played with today. But it's the realization that what is here for the long term, what is it I'm really looking, seeking, searching for, but rather than a ride of adrenaline.
Great, William. That leads to the next question.
Cool.
This is from Maria. Is there a consciousness level available to us now where we can assist the physical bodies to be more useful?
Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I want everyone to step back for a moment. You know, when I was in massage school, it was pretty awesome. The most profound exercise from the specific massage school, there was an exercise given. It wasn't like a have to, it was more like a can do. It was to sit in front of the mirror naked for an hour. Now, this is, if you really want to watch the idea of self-image, the idea of the ego, including letting the body make the switch into youth and vitality and reactivating youth vitality chromosomes, letting the telomere start to be replaced, come back online, because there's many ways to get the same place. And it's not from the kind of soap or cream you put on your face or body. Where you sit in front of the mirror, like sit on your vanity or get a body mirror or whatever, for an hour. No distractions. Turn off the phones, turn on the lights. So let's not do this candlelight stuff where we're not getting a clear view. That doesn't count. Okay. Turn off the telephones, TV, anything and everything, computers, blah, blah, blah. Let's just sit right there. Like let's have a real sacred moment. Looking in the mirror. At first, you're going to hear a lot of, and it's so interesting to watch. Number one, where the ego starts looking at all this stuff to latch onto. Oh, look at your face. Oh, look at your chest. Oh, look at your thighs. Oh, look at your skin. Look at your shoulders. Look at your tummy. Look at the hair growing on your upper lip or on your neck, or oh, your chin starting to sag, or whatever. How it's so bizarre how, you know, your lower legs, your upper legs, your thighs, you know, whatever, how the ego runs and runs, and how you can watch it as you're stepping back, just taking a breath from it, just watching all these places that it has and that it does attempt to find crevasses to anchor into, to take you on all these self-identificational rides to break you down and to deplete your body of collagen, estrogen, of energy, life force, and vitality. Now let's take another breath. Let's be aware of that, because it's going to happen. And then the more we just sit there and we just watch, admire, observe, listen, but not entertain. So we're not going along with those roller coaster rides. Yeah. We're giving meaning to nothing. Then you'll have silence for a little bit, kind of a reprieve. And even when you're going through that, all right, big guns, take command, speak through me, stir me, and journey me. Take command of the mind, take command of the thought form. So we're literally handing it over. We're maintaining being awake via talking to the rest of yourself. And then it's going to be quiet for a little bit. It's going to feel different, a lot better, a lot more enjoyable. And then you're going to start hearing the subpsyche kick in. The subpsyche kicking in is not necessarily a lot of thought forms. This is where we go into a lot of your dimensionality. It's called memories, but technically it's dimensions that in scenarios that are still playing out dimensionally, but still playing out and affecting your body. But so from there, okay, let's watch them. Okay, right now I'm showing up at the dinner table with whoever. Okay, right now I'm in bed as a toddler and right now, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's just step back. Let's just be aware of it. Right now, whoa, I forgot all about that when that occurred, on and on. Okay, great. Let's just take another breath. Because all this stuff now is coming up and coming out. But in all reality, all of this stuff has been taking up space in your body, your mind, the subpsyche, and taking a toll on your body. Because it's been storing, it's been creating those crevasses, it's been creating the wear and tear, it's been internalized from each and every wrinkle, each and every spot, each and every all the loose skin, collagen, weak, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it just doesn't do that. And this is kind of the biggest lie of fictitiousness. It's not about time. It's about experience. So now we're saying, okay, out with all the wear and tear, out with all the wear and tear and the cause-causative recurring effect of the wear and tear and damage. Out without the cause-causative recurring effect and the internalization of how it has affected me, not as a victim, it's how you've taken it in, internalized it. And then I would have you once again turn around objectively, like a third person, watching all these scenarios go on, find the benefit for yourself of how it's actually benefited you. And then by the time the hour's up, you know, you're going to feel lighter. Your body is going to feel a heck of a lot more vibrant. You may want to take a nap just for all the literal processing going on and everything shifting around, just to once again let the mind have a break, let your body do what the body does, and then have a lot of water, preferably like smart water with electrolytes, not all these little packets. We definitely want to go direct with oxygen in our water. You know, so that's where we look at electrolyte water, smart water, whatever brand calls to you that is charged with electrolytes, to where we can replace all that density with oxygenation, which in turn is going to speed up the body's vibratory levels, including more iron, more mostly potassium. And from there, it looks like more melons that has a lot of fluid in it, but also has a lot more lightness that's affecting the cellular vibratory levels and the cellular purification and regeneration.
William, let's get one more question in. This question is from Storm Child.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Will. Why are there so many narcissists in the world today?
That's a great question. And to answer that question, it's pretty simple. It's not that there's any more than ever. What it is dear ones are waking up more than ever. So therefore, the narcissistic behaviors are becoming more obvious than ever. So it's kind of like, well, now the sex trade, and I can't believe they're doing that, or prostitution or child abuse and blah, blah, blah is running rampant. Well, let's all put this in perspective. None of that is new. It's been going on for millennia. At one time, sex trade was called slavery. Now it's been given a whole different name for a whole different reason. Under slavery, oh, okay, well, you buy this, you buy that, it's yours, do with it whatever you want. I just don't want to know about it. And now, oh, I'm in control, I'm dominating, I have all the toys in the world, so I'm going to win, and I'm going to buy this, buy that. I'm going to buy other dear ones so I can get my way. That's nothing new. I'm going to try to dominate you, then I'll try to manipulate you, then I'll try to play victim. And still, it's all the same thing, same game, just now more obvious, more highlighted, more in the mass media. But it's the three personality types: victim, victimizer, and aloof. So, or woe with me, same thing. So from here, it's the same traits. Now, the beauty here is that there's so much light coming into the planet for the humanity, the grids, and everywhere around, that now it's being seen more as be normal rather than societally acceptable. So now there's a whole light being shined on it than what used to be. It's kind of like, why did 3/4 of the population decide that they prefer vegetables over meat? Why did other dear ones prefer to go vegan or whatever's after vegan, super vegan? Why did dear ones decide to go anti whatever, or even totally organic? I mean, it's dear ones are waking up to all this stuff that's been going on, to all these systems that have been perceived, buried and perceived to be normal. Why did dear ones stop buying Hungry Man TV dinners? Well, then they came out that when you heat it up, the metal leaches into the food, and then too much metal in your system creates Alzheimer's and blah, blah, blah. But before, that was just normal. You get to the certain age, you start to get dementia, Alzheimer's, blah, blah, blah. Now that's being exposed, and dear ones are waking up from it. It's no longer a quote normal. Now, you talk to 3/4 of the population, many that are all me, and that's where they put them into that label called narcissism. You go into the other side where the other parts of the population are you, and now they're under the umbrella called the victimization. See, all this stuff is all lifting up. The veils are lifting. Now it's being seen and called for what it is.
And the follow-up to that question is, how should we approach narcissists?
With something very simple. One, most importantly, with a great sense of humor. Number two, just as important, without your own personal agenda. Because, you're not going to get through to them. They're not willing to let you get through to them. So why even go to battle for the sake of a battle? There's no right, there's no wrong, no one's going to win. If they're in your workplace and your higher ups are a narcissistic level, great. Have fun with them. And, have fun with it, have a lot of humor with it. you always have your power, even in that scenario. And this goes for everyone right now. I don't care if you're married to one. I don't care if you work for one, that they're paying your livelihood and your expenses. Have fun with it. But I want everyone to remember here, if you work for one, you have a great job, 9 to 5, blah, 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 and retirement and health benefits, whatever. I want everyone to remember you're never trapped. Everyone has the opportunity to walk away. Now, it comes back to you. I can walk away. No one's making me be here. Now, asking ourselves, if I'm here, how much power do I want to give it? If I'm here, do I want to be here? If I'm here in this situation by my own decision to be here, how best can I make as much fun as I can if I'm deciding to be here? Now that's you taking your power back. How best can I have a good laugh? How best can I, scratch my head? How best can I look at them and ask myself, the rest of myself, my higher levels, my cradle levels, my mental selves, what is this dear one's emotional age of capacity right now? What is their emotional age of capacity that I'm actually talking with right now? Is it that spoiled little 3-year-old, 5-year-old? Is it that 12-year-old that had to win the race? I mean, what is their emotional age of capacity right now? And then within yourself, asking yourself, what would a 12-year-old understand right now? And then shifting yourself, to how would you communicate with a 12-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old? And the more simple, the better.
And the more playful, the better, it sounds like you're saying.
Yeah, because why take it serious? It's not serious. It's just a scared child over there trying to create all this huff and puff to see if they can scare you into submission. I have this motto that I have fun with because I mean it with all my heart. Look, you win. Do you want a cup of coffee? Because it's like, I'm not even going to waste my time going there. So let's skip all the nonsense, and you want a cup of coffee, I'll buy. I mean, because it just doesn't matter. You want to be right, great. You be right, even if you're not right, you can still be right. And I'm still going to enjoy my coffee.
Fabulous, William. And thank you all for joining us. William has this fall course where any and all of these topics are going to be addressed, and it starts on Saturday, which is, you can find more information on his website, williamlinville.com. And at the core of what we're hearing today from William is a real essence of this course in being and becoming your true self, and resolving and dissolving misperceptions of yourself, and also exercises and ways that we can assist ourselves in communicating with our higher levels to access all parts of us, to open our hearts and feel free in this body.
And be free and become more receptive. And then the other part is how to personalize, but also let yourself enjoy all attributes of your life, and being able to speed up, open up, reach different levels of clarity, realization, but embodiment as well. From relationships to your, because everything's a relationship in one way, shape, or form, but how to let it start to work. And I want to highlight let, not make, not force, not no underlying agendas, but really start welcoming in and letting things start for you. It's your natural birthright. and starting to work for you, starting to come into your live stream. And then going further and further, we've added so much more to this course than we did on the first one, to more and more personalize, but also to expand and open up and activate their ones. So we look forward to seeing you if it calls to you. Otherwise, namaste, and we'll talk to you next month or sooner, hopefully.
Namaste. Thank you. Take care.